Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Everybody please sing. Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna अभी भी आवाज नहीं आ रही है सबकी, प्लीज सिंग। हरे रामा राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare सभी साथ में एक और बार हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे राम राम हरे कृष्णा 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 Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Jaya Radha Gopinath, Radha Gopinath, Radha Gopinath Shri Radhe. Radha Gopinath, Radha Gopinath. Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Gurudev, 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 Jaya Gurudev, Jaya Gurudev, Gurudev, Jaya Jaya Gurudev. Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur Hari Bol. हरि नाम संकीर्तन की
हरे कृष्णा, हरे कृष्णा, हरे कृष्णा, हरे कृष्णा, हरे कृष्णा, जय। अच्छा, आप में से कितने लोगों को श्री श्री राधा गोपीनाथ मंदिर में आके अच्छा लगता है? हाउ मेनी ऑफ यू लाइक कमिंग टू श्री श्री राधा गोपीनाथ मंदिर? जय जय, सो मेनी हैंड्स अप, वाओ वाओ। ओके, तो अब मैं आपको पूछने वाली हूँ, व्हाई डू यू लाइक कमिंग हियर? व्हाई डू यू लाइक कमिंग हियर? आपकी स्माइल इतनी अच्छी है, बता दो यार। अच्छा, शी इज शाय। व्हाई डू यू लाइक कमिंग टू श्री श्री राधा गोपीनाथ?
Because I get positive energy when I come here.
You get positive energy when you come here. Wow. Anybody else? What do you feel? आपको कैसा लगता है? क्यों अच्छा लगता है?
सेटिस्फाइड होता है यहाँ पे आके.
You feel satisfied. Wow. What about you? Happy. Anybody else? How do you feel? You feel connected to Krishna. Okay. And how do you like seeing Shri Radha Gopinath? I mean, do you find him good looking? Do you think he is the most handsomely dressed? Oh, now we are talking. Okay, okay. तो किन किन को इनकी ड्रेसेस बहुत शानदार लगती हैं? Everybody. Wow. Okay. So, आपने कहा you feel happiness, you feel positivity, you feel satisfied when you come here, है ना? You also said you find him very beautiful. Everything here has something in it, right? जिस तरह से वो यहाँ खड़े होके शंख बजाते हैं, जब आरती होती है, the dancing, the कीर्तन, तो प्रसाद किसको अच्छा लगता है? Okay, everyone, खिचड़ी, सभी कुछ है ना? So, कभी सोचा, where did this all come from? कभी सोचा? हाँ, कभी सोचा ये कैसे start हुआ? How did it start? Who started it? Never thought? वो क्वेश्चन कभी आया नहीं? अगर नहीं आया ना, तो आज उस सवाल का जवाब आपको मिलने जा रहा है. You know, everything has a beginning, and knowing that beginning is the most beautiful part of the journey. A lot of times, a lot of us feel a disconnect, feel आइडेंटिटी समझ नहीं आ रही यार मुझे, अपनी आइडेंटिटी क्राइसिस हो रहा है, लगता है ना? आजकल तो बहुत कॉमन हो गया है आइडेंटिटी क्राइसिस, है ना? When you know your roots, when you know your background, when you know how it all started, suddenly ना वो आइडेंटिटी आ जाती है. You know, this whole thought of trying to learn our history or know our history, क्यों? क्योंकि जब मुझे पता चलता है कि यार ये चीज ऐसे ही नहीं मिली, इसके लिए लड़ा गया था, इसको हासिल करने के लिए इतने लोगों ने अपना खून बहाया, they put their blood and sweat in this. You suddenly have appreciation for it, don't you? You suddenly have gratitude for it. When you know that my father and my mother had to go through so much to become what they are today, you suddenly feel that thing of, wow, I appreciate every bit of what they've done for me. So today, we're going to take you to a little journey few years back into the life of a person who gave us all of this, into the life of a person who sacrificed his own very life to bring life into our lives. I'm not going to say much now because you're going to see everything in this little short drama. It's very difficult. किसी के पूरे जीवन को ना 20 मिनट में दिखाना ये बहुत difficult काम है. But we're going to try. And we're going to try so that आपके वो जो दिमाग में कभी question नहीं आया ना, अब वो question आएगा आपके दिमाग में कि ये कौन है. ठीक है? All set? Okay. So make a lot of noise. बहुत सारी तालियां बजाइए. एक कोट है, इन्हीं का एक कोट है. अगर कोई पूछता था ना भक्ति में श्रील प्रभुपाद से, अगर कोई भक्ति में, दैट इज श्रील प्रभुपाद बाय द वे, वो जो पीछे बैठे हैं ना, वो जो हम सबको निहार रहे हैं, जो दिन रात श्री राधा गोपीनाथ को निहारते हैं, वो श्रील प्रभुपाद हैं. ठीक है? सो when anyone would question श्रील प्रभुपाद that everybody is so enthusiastic in bhakti, कभी कभी आपको भी लगता है ना यहाँ पे लोग इतने खुश कैसे होते हैं यार, इतना जंप क्यों मारते हैं, मतलब what do they eat, why do they jump so much, and you think I don't feel as, you know, enthusiastic to chant or to read. So when somebody asks Srila Prabhupada that what if I don't feel enthusiastic, Srila Prabhupada said, if you don't feel enthusiastic, you act enthusiastic. क्योंकि जब किसी चीज को आप करते हो तब वो चीज आपके अंदर अपने आप आ जाती है. So right now, उसी thought को मन में रखते हुए, with a huge round of applause, बहुत सारे प्यार के साथ, clap and let's welcome our drama team, who's going to show you a little short life journey of our dearmost Srila Prabhupada. Hari Bol.
Hare Krishna. On September 1, 1896, a male child is born to parents Gaur Mohan De and Rajni Devi.
प्रिय, हम अपने बेटे का नाम अभय रखेंगे, जिसने भगवान श्री कृष्ण के कलमल चरणों का आश्रय लिया है और जो निडर है।
हाँ, अभय चरण बहुत ही सुंदर नाम है।
अभय चरण। पंडित जी, कृपा करके हमारे बेटे का हमें भविष्य बताइए।
आपका पुत्र 70 की आयु में 7 समुंदर पार भगवत गीता का प्रचार करेगा और तो और वो 108 मंदिरों का निर्माण करेगा, वो भी पूरे विश्व में।
धन्यवाद पंडित जी।
As if preparing for the prophecy, Gaur Mohan De, who is a pure Vaishnav, taught Abhay worship of Lord Krishna and various scriptures right from his childhood. It is now 1914 when India is forced to participate in World War II and being under the British rule, Abhay, who is now young, starts going to college, Scottish Church College.
अभय, आज फिर इकोनॉमिक की क्लास है और तुम्हें पता है मुझे ये इकोनॉमिक के टीचर ना बिल्कुल पसंद नहीं है।
I understand.
Your mark sheets. You call them marks. You Indians doesn't deserve any education. You follow your old historic sculptures. You can never expect independence. You cannot rule. You can only work like asses.
देखा कैसे बोल के गया वो, हमें कुछ समझता ही नहीं हमें। सुभाष चंद्र बोस जी सही कहते हैं, वो स्वतंत्रता के लिए लड़ रहे हैं, हमें उनसे एक बार बात करनी चाहिए, हमें स्वतंत्रता चाहिए। अरे वो देखो आ गए।
So Abhay, what do you think about independence of India and Swaraj for our people? And do you have the same mentality like the people who want to lose the things?
The idea of Swaraj is very appealing. Indian culture definitely needs to shine, but we need independence. And I am closely observing Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi. He always carries Bhagavad Gita with him. Maybe he can carry our spirituality all over the world?
Okay, let's see.
अभय, मैं सोचता हूँ कि मैं तुम्हें किसी से मिलवाता हूँ। एक संत आए हैं, चलो तुम्हें मिलवाता हूँ उनसे मैं।
नहीं नहीं, मुझे नहीं मिलने। बचपन से ही बड़े साधु को देखे हैं, कई तो पैसे और कई तो गांजा भी फूकते थे। मुझे नहीं मिलना इनसे।
अरे अभय चलो तो सही एक बार, मैंने सुना है वो बहुत बड़े ज्ञानी हैं। एक बार मिल लो उनसे, फिर अपने राय देना।
ठीक
मेरे लिए
है,
please।
चलो।
Why don't you preach and spread the message of Lord Chaitanya throughout the world? You people are young and educated. You should preach.
Who will listen to your Chaitanya's message? We are still under British rule. We first need to get independent. How will our Indian culture flourish under British rule?
Krishna consciousness doesn't depend on any political activities. It doesn't depend on an independence of India. Krishna consciousness is an emergency.
Even less civilized countries like Japan and China are independent, and we are still under political oppression. Britishers are slaughtering Indian citizens. In such situation, spiritual life is a luxury which can be afforded only if we are independent.
Even if India gets its independence, it will not solve the root of problem. Can you stop someone from getting old, or to get any disease, or to die? The suffering of the soul is the bigger reality which cannot be avoided. And the problem is, people have now become faithless. And that is the reason they are fighting for the piece of land everywhere. Until and unless they realize that everything belongs to Shri Krishna. And we as a caretakers have to utilize everything in his service only. They will continue to fight and will keep suffer.
Then what is the solution?
This is a message of Lord Chaitanya. Just chant Hare Krishna and just serve Lord Krishna in whatever way possible. This is also detailed in Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam. So, my request is, you should preach in English all over the world, especially in Western countries. And also, if you get ever some money, just print books and spread the Vedic teachings all over the world.
So अभय, कैसे लगे तुम्हें ये?
He is wonderful. The message of Lord Chaitanya is definitely in a very expert person's hand.
Abhay is now married. He is focusing on expanding his pharmaceutical business across India. He is also meeting influential people like Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru. And one day,
बिस्किट बिस्किट
एकदम सही टाइम पे आए हैं। मुझे बिस्किट चाहिए, बिस्किट। क्या दूं, क्या दूं? अरे है ना रद्दी, किस काम के हैं ये? सारा दिन इधर उधर पड़े रहते हैं। बिस्किट, बिस्किट वाले, मेरे को बिस्किट दे दो। आज तो मजा ही आ जाएगा।
मेरी कमेंट्री की दिखाई नहीं दे रही है। श्रीमद् भगवद गीता की कमेंट्री थी, हजारों पन्ने थे। देखी क्या तुमने मेरी श्रीमद् भगवद गीता की कमेंट्री? देखी क्या? मैं तुम्हें आखिरी बार पूछ रहा हूं, व्हाट डू यू वांट, टी और मी?
Of course, tea.
Fine then. I've lived enough of my life fulfilling the responsibilities of my family. Now let me live for a higher purpose. Now let me follow the instructions of my spiritual master and write and translate Srimad Bhagavad Gita in English.
Abhay, now initiated and known as Abhay Charnarvind Bhakti Vedanta, tries to write various articles on the current crisis in the society, and he is giving practical solutions through Bhagavad Gita in his Back to Godhead magazines.
Will you like to buy this small magazine? Read and chant Hare Krishna.
Sir, I have read it and it's very interesting. And I have a place for you where you can start your preaching.
Oh, please take me there.
Yes, yes. Yes, this is the place. I will donate it for you.
Oh, thank you very much. Here I shall sit peacefully and write and translate many books in English.
Yes, yes.
And these books then shall be distributed in various schools and colleges all across the world. And I shall also establish League of Devotees to help people understand more about Lord Shri Krishna and his teachings.
Yes, yes. Wow. Yes, yes. So, what are you deciding? Are you going to give me that place? Are you going to give me that place or not? Madam, you see, I have given that place to a nice gentleman for preaching.
Do you want to renew your cinema house?
theatre or not. I want that place for Women Welfare Association. Isn't that too important?
Yes, yes, madam. Of course, it is important. But you see, the preaching of Bhagavad Gita will benefit all sects of society, including women.
Nonsense. Just give me that place.
Okay, madam. Sorry, Abhay Babu. You see, I can't give you the place anymore. You know that mayor's wife, I can't say no to her. I hope you understand.
Abhay understood the politics involved, so he did not resist. Abhay Charna Arvinda Bhakti Vedanta now takes sannyas in order to dedicate himself completely for the mission of his Guru.
Even though India is a land of religion, no one takes it seriously. Even though India is independent, but thanks to the Britishers and invasion, Indians are following everything of the Westerners with respect to food, clothing, and recreation. If the Westerners would understand the importance of human life and service to Krishna, then maybe Indians would follow. So, I would preach with solid authority of Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam to the Westerners. Now, I think I should focus on printing books. Is it done? हुआ या नहीं? कितना समय लगेगा और?
स्वामी जी थोड़ा धैर्य रखिए, इतनी भी क्या जल्दी है? आप सन्यासी हो, फिर भी किताबें बेचकर पैसे कमाने में इतनी रुचि रखते हो?
बाहरी तौर से आपको ऐसा लग रहा होगा कि मैं एक बिजनेसमैन हूं आपकी तरह, किंतु मैं ये प्रिंटिंग और पब्लिशिंग भगवान की सेवा में कर रहा हूं, ठीक उसी तरह जैसे अर्जुन और हनुमान जी युद्ध में लड़े थे भगवान की प्रसन्नता के लिए।
ठीक है, ये लीजिए।
With his books ready and the passport also ready, Srila Prabhupada now needed just a ticket to travel to America.
जी स्वामी जी, मैं आपके लिए क्या कर सकती हूँ?
मुझे आपकी ईस्ट इंडिया कार्गो शिप में एक टिकट की ज़रूरत है। मुझे यूएसए जाना है।
यूएसए क्यों जाना है? इंडिया में भी रह के आप प्रचार कर सकते हो।
You see, the current situation is that of a lame and blind. India is being rendered poor due to the invasions, and America is wealthy but is spiritually blind. They don't know where to indulge their money. They are addicted to smoking, alcohol, drinking. So, I want to unite the lame and the blind. So, if they are united by our spiritual vision, we can have a spiritual revolution.
बट आप बहुत बूढ़े हो चुके हो, मैं आपके लिए टिकट नहीं दे सकती, उधर जाके आप मर सकते हो।
अरे, आप मेरी चिंता ना करें, भगवान श्री कृष्ण है जो मेरी रक्षा करेंगे। आप बस मुझे एक टिकट दे दीजिए।
ठीक है, ये लीजिए टिकट, जलदूत के लिए।
धन्यवाद।
Getting the ticket after a journey of 35 days, suffering 2 back-to-back heart attacks, Swami Bhaktivedanta reaches America.
At last, I have entered in this unknown country. At least in India, people knew who is a sadhu. But here, no one knows who is a sadhu and who is Krishna. I doubt whether they would understand the message that I want to give and my language. But let me be confident. It's up to Krishna whether he wants to make me a success or a failure.
May I? Hi, Swami. What is your purpose of visiting our great America?
You see, in your country, there are big, big buildings, skyscrapers. Still, people are committing suicide. There are big universities, colleges, but students are addicted to drugs, alcohol, LSD, meaning they are lacking on real happiness. I have come to give that real happiness.
What is that real happiness?
That real happiness is in satisfying the soul.
Isn't the body everything?
No. You see, as a car is driven by a driver, similarly, this body is like a car which is driven by a soul. So innately we are a soul, and real happiness lies in satisfying the soul.
Is it? Thank you.
Welcome, welcome Swamiji. I am Dr. Mishra and I own a Hatha Yoga studio. Please come in. Hello all, this is Bhakti Vedanta Swami. He is a very renowned scholar. Hare Krishna everyone. Hare Krishna everyone. So, by the way, what were they doing?
Swamiji, these are my students and they were meditating on the light.
Light? Why?
As per me, Swamiji, we all are God.
Oh, if we all are God, then why are we suffering? We have old age and then finally we all die?
Yes, yes. Yeah, Swamiji has a point.
No, this suffering is temporary. Just focus and meditate on the light. Everything will be fine.
But Lord Krishna says...
No, it's okay. You are an old man. Please don't talk too much.
Oh, this person has allowed me to stay, but he'll not allow me to preach. What shall I do?
Hi, I'm Harvey. Do you need place to stay here?
Yes, show me.
Please come.
Oh, this is a good place. With my own place, I can start giving lectures on Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam. Then people can hear genuine philosophy, take prasadam, chant Hare Krishna, and progress in spiritual life.
Okay, great. I will also bring my friends then.
Sure.
Hi guys. You know, I met one Swamiji. He is there in Uptown. So, can we go there and meet him? Guys, are you listening? Guys. Come on guys, let's go. Yeah, let's go.
Welcome, welcome.
Swamiji, these all are my friends.
Hi, I'm Will.
Hello, I'm Carl and this is my girlfriend Eva.
Hi, I'm Mike and this is my girlfriend Jan.
Hi, Swami.
Okay, so do you have any questions?
Who is God?
Oh, God. God is the Supreme Father of all. All holy scriptures like Bible, Quran, Bhagavad Gita mentions it. And many names. Krishna is one of them.
Why Krishna?
Krishna meaning all attractive. You see, in the world, people are attracted to powerful, beautiful, but Krishna is supremely powerful. supremely beautiful in all six opulences, unlimitedly, infinitely. So Krishna.
Why we God conscious?
Oh, if you want peace in the human society, then there has to be common fatherhood. And for that, there needs to be common brotherhood. So if everyone comes to know that Krishna is the supreme father of all, there can be peace. Hence, God conscious.
Why do I need a guru? And how do I recognize a guru?
Like you go to college, you need to select a good college. If you have basic knowledge, then you can choose it. Otherwise, you end up taking a wrong decision. Similarly, if you read books, then you would come to know who is a guru. A guru is a person who will help you to make your life perfect.
I have been practicing silent meditation from long time, but not getting any result. Is there any solution?
Oh, silent meditation. It's a bogus in Kali Yuga. The best practice is to practice devotional service. That is Bhakti Yoga. Like you have to engage all activities for Krishna. Like I do. Chanting, reading, hearing, cooking, everything for Krishna 24 hours.
So Swamiji, do we need to leave this all thing?
No. You don't have to change anything. You just have to engage yourself all the time in Krishna. Like Arjun, he was a lifetime warrior. So Krishna advised Arjun to fight for his service.
Are you saying that wars are good?
No. War for a noble cause is good. But otherwise, fighting for just a piece of land is not correct. Krishna had advised Arjun to fight for a noble cause. Then the fighting is good.
So I see. It means we have to do everything for Krishna, and it will make us easy to realize God and expand our spirituality consciousness.
Yes, it will. Like Lord Chaitanya, he is Krishna himself. He has given us a simple method of chanting Hare Krishna. Like in schools, we have easy study guides. Similarly, Lord Chaitanya has given us a simple method to realize yourself. So if you chant Hare Krishna, you will realize it yourself.
So, is this your personal philosophy?
No. It is not my personal philosophy.
Never mind.
Whatever I say is the repetition of Vedic scriptures.
Never mind.
Oh, who is he? Does he stay here?
This place is a slum for many immigrants. Germans and Ukrainians have settled down. Among these are musicians trying to understand God through music.
Oh, music? Music is meditation. Like chanting of Hare Krishna is also meditation. The Vedic hymns are also sung, and even Bhagavad Gita is also a song of God. You see that there is a very deep connection of sound and realization of God through sound.
Actually, American youths are tired of this war, so we are all looking for a real... Wait.
Okay.
So, we are all looking for a real peace, love... Oh, never mind. Continue. So, we are looking for real peace, love, and some consciousness. Here, this place, we are truly, freely expressive ourselves through dance, music, and drugs. So, this is the only way we can get away with the misery of our life.
But you can see, by even doing all this, you are not happy. So, happiness is not just by running towards bodily comforts, isn't it?
Here, take it. Bye-bye.
Oh, you saw him? He's a drunkard, but still, he has that service attitude. Service is natural. Everyone wants to serve. So, we all must serve Krishna. It comes naturally.
I want to also serve. I have done masters in English, so I can help you in correcting your translation.
Oh, sure.
How many pages you have?
One second.
Whoa,
Here
whoa.
it is.
Whoa, whoa. This will take a whole life.
Many lifetimes.
Actually, I have some photos, but I don't know who they are.
Please show me.
Do you know who this is?
Oh, this is Lord Chaitanya.
Why does he have 6 hands?
2 hands of Krishna holding the flute. 2 hands of Lord Ram holding the bow and arrow. And 2 hands of Lord Chaitanya holding the sannyas stick and kamandalu.
Oh.
And do you know who this is?
Oh, this is Hanumanji.
Is he a cat?
No, he is a monkey. He is a glorious servant of Lord Ram.
Swamiji, we would love to know more about them. Can you teach us? Can you be our guru?
Yes, sure. I'll teach you all everything from the authoritative Vedic scriptures. I have come here to establish a movement wherein all can stay, learn spiritual knowledge, and have perfection of their life.
What would be the name of our movement?
It would be named as International Society for Krishna Consciousness.
Haribo.
So, here everyone can come, study, and make perfection of their life. I am an old man now. I may go tomorrow, but you all must continue, you all young boys and girls. So, would you all support me?
Yes, Swamiji.
Okay, so let's chant Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Srila Prabhupada ki. This is a very small attempt to show you a little glimpse of the life of Srila Prabhupada. If you wish to know more, there are books. If you wish to know more, there is a series called as Abhay Charan. Online hai, YouTube pe hai, you can watch it. Netflix पे देखते हो ना वैसे you can watch this. Two things जो मेरे दिमाग में मेरे दिल में हमेशा ऐसे वो घर कर जाती हैं. A 70-year-old man in an unknown land met people who had no clue of what he was going to talk about. There was a language barrier, age barrier, money barrier, but things worked out. कैसे हुआ ये सब कुछ? There has to be a higher power. There has to be a higher power controlling all of this, weaving this whole story together, right? And imagine, we're so grateful to Srila Prabhupada, and at the same time, we're so grateful to those young boys and girls. क्या आपने सोचा? They were having drugs, they were in a way trying to enjoy their lives, but whilst doing that, they met a stranger and they decided to have faith in the stranger. They decided to slowly give their whole lives to that stranger and follow in his footsteps. And even when Srila Prabhupada left, they maintained his legacy. Can you imagine how grateful we could be to these people? Yeah? And it is by sheer mercy that we have this opportunity today. You and I have not physically seen Srila Prabhupada, right? Have you? We've not physically seen. But we still see Srila Prabhupada in his temples, in his books, in his writings, in everything that he's given us. But I now want you to meet a person who has seen Srila Prabhupada. Do you want to meet a person like this? I want you to meet a person who has made him a guru, whose life has been dedicated to his service, to his teachings, to the road that he showed them, to his philosophy. My dear friends, with all your heart, open your hearts this evening, because this evening you will take back home something that will transform you forever and ever and ever. So open your hearts, and with a very loud clap and with a very loud Hari Bol, please welcome Her Grace Sukavaha Mataji. I'm not going to speak much about her. She will give her own introduction. She can be your bestest friend forever and ever and ever and ever. So welcome your best friend. Keep clapping. Till the time she starts talking, keep clapping, clapping and clapping and clapping. Hari Bol. If you ever need hugs, warm hugs, this is the person. This is the warmest hug.
Hare Krishna. It's really nice to see all of you beautiful, I'm going to stand over here, all of you beautiful ladies filling this temple room. It would really please Prabhupada to see all of you here today. Prabhupada came to transform the world, and each one of you is a part of that world. And he came because he understood how much suffering there is in the world. And I don't know about you, but I've experienced suffering in my life. And I was confused about that. And when I read Prabhupada's Bhagavad Gita, it really answered my questions. I was supposed to give you an introduction, so I've been around the movement. This next year, it'll be 50 years. So that means I'm not really different than you. I was young like all of you and excited and enthusiastic. And yeah, and now I'm a little older. So I've done various services. I have 3 children and 3 grandchildren. And through my life of doing devotional service, I've learned a lot of things. It's a noble path. So I just want to say, to be a soul in a human machine, a human body, just like Prabhupada was saying, the driver in the car, right? So we're the driver of this car, of this human machine. And it's hard because sometimes we don't understand our own machine. But as we learn how to manage our machine, we can drive and steer our life in ways that enhance our consciousness rather than in ways that make us suffer more. Just like we might be in pain, so we might have a pain, but if we go to a doctor, which Prabhupada's a spiritual doctor, and we address the pain, maybe a Band-Aid needs to be put on, or maybe we need a splint because our leg is broken. And that might feel inconvenient and that might feel painful for a little bit, but it's a healing pain. It's not just that you're walking on your broken leg and it's getting more broken and more painful, and then you can't walk when you get old. So we're trying to live our life in alignment with the higher principles of our soul. Like all of you, I'm sure you have good values. Like, how many of you want to be truthful? How many of you want to be compassionate? How many of you want to be loving and caring? How many of you want to help others? Yeah, we all have these qualities, and they're qualities of our soul, and we all have them. And so as we take to devotional service little by little by little, we learn how to start practicing, just like in the play. I said, if you don't feel enthusiastic, then act that way. So I use the word practice. So if you don't feel enthusiastic, you can practice being enthusiastic. if I don't know how to play the piano, how do I learn how to play the piano? I practice. So Krishna consciousness is a practice. So we have some habits that we've already developed, and some of those habits might be good, some of those habits might cause problems in our life. But we don't have to keep reinforcing those habits that don't support our consciousness. We can start practicing new habits. So I don't have a lot of time to talk because I'm giving another class downstairs. But I just really want to say that, Prabhupada would really be so pleased to see all of you here. It's really wonderful to have women in this movement. You can see how expressive our dramatists were. And women in particular, you're all women, by the way, we have an intuition and we have a sense and a wisdom of what needs to be done. And that comes from our heart. And Krishna is in our heart. Krishna is in our heart. And Krishna is our very, very, very best friend. So Krishna is at the temple, Krishna is in our heart, and he's always there to support us and help us. So I highly, what's the word? I highly encourage you to take care of that special soul that you are inside. Despite your habits and your upbringing and all of that, because that's not who you are, but take seriously that soft soul self that you are and start growing that and nurturing that and enhancing that. And you will find that you can transform your life and you can have and manifest all the qualities that you'd like to have that we raised our hand in the beginning. And I've made a lot of mistakes in my life. And I do write books about the mistakes that I made in my life. And some of them are being sold downstairs. If after this you want to look at them, you can come. I'll give a special discount rate for any of you that want to get the books. So I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart for coming. Keep coming, keep looking, keep asking questions, being curious who you are inside. This world is a phantasmagoria of distractions. The phone is a phantasmagoria of distractions. But when we're distracted, we don't see the most beautiful person that we want to become attracted to. It's Krishna, and Krishna is in our heart. So we want to go from being distracted to attracted. And when you do that, your soul self, your inside will feel so satisfied and joyful. It's a noble journey. It's well worth taking. I can say that after almost 50 years. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much, Sukava Mataji. For all of you, she's going to be here today and tomorrow. After Chetana, there's a short seminar, a short class that she's taking on, it's a 2-hour class, 7 to 9 today and 6 to 8 tomorrow. It's at Bhakti Siddhanta Hall, right opposite the lift. Yeah, so, it's in the Bhakti Siddhanta Hall right here, where you do your registration. You kind of enter inside the hall. It's right there.
Something the Bhakti Siddhanta is.
Yeah, correct. So when you enter, it's right there. And after Chetana, I'll be going for that as well. So any of you who wish to join in, please do come. And I would now request Arjuniya Devi Mataji to please garland our dearmost Sukava Mataji. And we just want to express our love to you. Thank you so much, Mataji. Thank you so much. Thank you for giving us your time. Thanks a ton. Hare Krishna. And yes, the books. If any of you like reading and you felt connected with what she just said, you can actually go and buy those books downstairs. Moving on now, इससे पहले कि हम आज की टॉक को स्टार्ट करें, I also want to thank Ishita wherever she is. She's the one who directed the entire drama, and I really want to thank her. Like I said, Srila Prabhupada की life को दिखा पाना is a very difficult task, but we've done our best, and a big huge thank you to the entire drama team and to Ishita. All these girls have been practicing, putting their heart and mind and soul into this. Guys, now आज का टॉपिक क्या है, किसी को याद है? Purity is the force. Wow. And to discuss this topic, we have a person who carries a very pure heart, mind and soul, and she is here to connect us to the purity of Krishna and to the purity of Srila Prabhupada. I wish to introduce her. This is Her Grace Arjuniya Devi Mataji. She is also known as Dr. Anita Ramchandran. She is a doctor by profession. She has done her MD in clinical microbiology from KEM Hospital and Medical College. Now she works as a faculty associate professor at the Lokmanya Tilak Medical College, Sion. She guides graduate as well as postgraduate students, medical graduate and postgraduate students for their degrees. Her father has been a lifetime ISKCON member since 1983. And she would regularly visit ISKCON as well in Juhu as a child, along with her father. However, she personally took shelter of the movement and the process in the year 1997. She now assists her husband as a counselor for Shri Radha Gopinath congregation, and she has great interest in connecting with the youth and inspiring them on the path of real progress. So, with a loud round of applause, and with 3 Hari Bols, let us please welcome the speaker for today, Her Grace Arjuniya Devi Mataji. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
ज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनाशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमो ॐ विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिन् इति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे। मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दीनतारिणं। वञ्चाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्तवृंदा। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। Thank you very much for it's such a beautiful crowd, huge crowd in such numbers on a weekend. And at the outset, I would like to seek the blessings of all friends and senior devotees to be able to speak on this topic. Actually, the scene has already been set. We have seen the purity of 3 generations. You know how? We have seen the purity of Srila Prabhupada through the drama. We have seen the purity of Prabhupada disciples through the actual presence of Sukha Hava Mataji, who's so pure at heart. If you meet her, you'll start loving her. She's so pure. And we saw the purity of Srila Prabhupada disciples, again through the brilliant acting that they did in this drama. So the scene is set as, you know, in Bhagavad Gita, the first chapter is called as setting the scene. So the scene is set. So by their purity, I'm getting some force. So, and also thanks a lot to all the drama players, Sakhi Radha, Ishita, for their wonderful efforts, as always. So, the topic is purity is the force. We'll discuss this topic under a few headings, that is the definitions, of course. Then we'll see what are the characteristics of being pure. We'll see how purity is checked. We'll see why purity is needed. We'll see how to develop purity. And we'll see some Shastric examples from Shastras and also examples from Srila Prabhupada's lives and the lives of his disciples. So, what do you mean by purity? If you see the definition, purity means free from any contamination. That is the definition of purity. And uska viparit, uska opposite, impurity. Impurity means any substance apart from the one that we are interested in. So suppose if there is contaminated water, we want water. Any other contamination is impurities, right? If we want air, and there's a lot of carbon dioxide, we need oxygen, but there's a lot of carbon dioxide in the air of Mumbai, Delhi, on all big cities. So that CO2 is an impurity, right? And we are looking for the pure air. What is force? Anyone from science background or chemistry physics background? What is force? What is it? Mass into acceleration. So there has to be some mass, but there has to be a lot of velocity and acceleration. Then that mass will get a lot of force. And force per square unit is pressure. Okay. So pressure may not be good, but force is required. Like example, if there's a small pebble, I hit someone, I just throw it at someone, will that hurt the person? Or I hit it at a fruit, it may not come down, right? But if I use that, what is it called, sling, right? If I use a sling, and then with the same sling, the same pebble, I aim it at the fruit. Will the fruit come down? Yes, highly likely. Not just because of the aim or the direction it's going in, but also because of the force that the sling provides, right? So purity is one concept, and the force is the driving thing. So purity is the force. The one which drives the things, the pure things, great things in life is purity. We'll see how it is. And so purity drives great actions. What are the characteristics of a pure substance? Again, if someone is from chemistry, they can help us. Any pure substance, like say example, some atom or some compound. What is the purity? How do you define purity in the characteristics of purity in chemistry? Would you like to help us? Amazing. It's made of only one type of atom or molecule. So when we say water, water is a combination of hydrogen and oxygen. But if that water is made of only hydrogen and oxygen and nothing else, it's pure water. But उसमें बाकी chemicals आ जाए, lead आ जाए या chlorine आ जाए, it becomes impure, right? So there are some characteristics of purity, like it is made of only one type of atom or molecule. Yeah, it is. Actually, Earth is source for so many pure materials. Yes, thank you. Anyone else would like to add? any definition which, or any characteristics you can think of from your day-to-day life experiences. Okay, so one more thing is, it is, it is uniform and constant. It doesn't change. Like suppose sometimes हमारा होता है ना, we are supposed to be known as, or we are known as a very cool-minded person, and suddenly you don't get food, you show your Chandi roop, you become so angry. But pure substances are not like that. Pure substances are uniform, constant. Okay, and then again going back chemistry, pure substances will have a specific boiling temperature, specific melting temperature. So जैसे हमने अभी just example देखा, when we show our Chandi roop, the boiling point is very low. Food नहीं मिला, boiling point, low temperature में भी हम गर्म हो गए, right? So these are some characteristics. Can you give some examples of real life or substances in nature which are pure, or which, seeing which or hearing which you can immediately think of purity? Very nice. Sun rays are pure because wherever the sun rays fall, it purifies. Something cooler? Water, especially if it's from a fresh spring. Yeah, sea water to thoda salty hota hai, but fresh spring water. Anything else? Flowers in garden, their fragrance, right? Anything else? Children, yes, especially their laughter, their innocence is so pure. Yes, positive vibrations, you can feel it, you can feel attracted to those vibrations. Like you can feel in this atmosphere of being in the temple. Whatever background you are coming from today, whatever has happened in your life, suddenly as soon as you enter the temple, you get those vibrations and then you feel so calmed down, relaxed, happy. Kindness is pure, yes. Kindness is purity. Purity comes from kindness. Kindness gives rise to purity, yeah. Anyone else? What? Crystals. Yes, crystals or diamonds, yes, thank you. So, mother's love, no one said that. Father's sacrifices, all of them are pure, right? Radha Gopinath ji, he is the supreme pure. No one can be more pure than Lord himself. Prayers in desperate situations. Imagine sitting outside a hospital or a ward where someone very close is sick or hurt. Or when you are just outside the exam hall and you have not prepared well. Those prayers, those desperate prayers, generally they are very pure, है ना? Because you're not asking for anything else. You're like, भगवान पास करा दे बस, 35 भी चलेंगे, पास करा दे, है ना? या 33 भी मिले चलेंगे, 2 grace मिल जाएंगे. So prayers in desperate situations are pure. How do you do a purity check? Like example, gold, है ना? How do you check whether the gold item is pure or no? You actually burn it in fire, है ना? तो पहले अगर आप वेट देखोगे गोल्ड का, सपोज इट इज x ग्राम्स, उसको बाद में जब आप उसको तपाओगे ना, व्हेन यू हीट इट इन फायर, ऑल द इम्प्योरिटीज गेट बर्nt ऑफ एंड देन द रियल गोल्ड विल शाइन, real gold will come, and that definitely that weight will be lesser because the impurities have been burned off. In fact, Prabhupada, he went to a museum where there was this, in Indonesia, where there was this painting of Agni Pariksha of Sita Devi. And Mahapar, the person who was with Prabhupada, he was explaining the picture. He said, जैसे हम, what we are in our history is that Sita Devi gave Agni Pariksha to show her purity, but Balinese people, Indonesian people, they believe that Mahapar, Agni Devta came and said, who am I to check the purity of Krishna, Sita Devi? Sita Devi can test my purity, I cannot test hers. Sita is so pure. That is the understanding in the Indonesian culture. Amazing, no? We are speaking of fire, right? this is one of my favorite quotes actually. Genius is 1% inspiration, 99% perspiration. 1% inspiration. You can inspire someone, or we can be inspired by someone. But how much you reach that goal will depend on how much you perspire, how much you work hard, how much you endeavor, how much you persevere. Just inspiration से अगर हम gold बन जाते तो क्या बात थी, ना? So we have to slog it out. We have to work hard to achieve the goals, right? So we are tested by time, circumstances, and only if we pass through all those tests, we endeavor, we persevere, then we'll shine out like gold. Okay. What is more important? The intention of purity is important, or the magnitude of purity is important? Like suppose we are aiming for purity. So that is my intention, to become pure. That is the intention, to become pure. And there is another concept of magnitude, how pure we are. एक हमारी इच्छा है, we want to become pure. Or second is how pure we are. Which is more important? I'm saying both are important. Intention has to be there. Without that, you can't achieve anything. And I'm asking magnitude, how pure we are. So which is more important of the two? Magnitude, intention, और कोई आंसर तो है नहीं. How many would say intention is more important? Please raise your hands. I can't raise because I know the answer. Okay. And how many of you would agree to the fact that magnitude of purity is more important? बाकी लोग तो raise नहीं कर रहे हैं हाथ. It's almost equal as of now because many people didn't vote. Anyway, intention is a must. हम सोचते हैं, we think that magnitude is also important because the more pure we are, the more closer we can become to God, the more faster we'll achieve goals, right? But in spiritual life, magnitude doesn't have any relevance, right? The intention has a relevance, right? You may be very pure, but if your intent is not good, sorry, it doesn't work, right? Like Shabari Devi, Shabari Mata, she was so old. When her spiritual master left the planet, she was already 10,000 years old. But Matang Rishi had told her that you must wait till the time that Lord Ram comes. And then, that's the fruit of your penance. And Shabari waited. So many more 1,000 years she waited. And finally, when Lord Ram came, what did she give her? Berries, which are easily available for free. No one charges you for berries in the forest, right? And how did she offer them? She actually tasted each of those berries. She actually bit into each of those berries to see whether it is meetha ya nahi, right? So, were they pure, the berries? Externally, they were not pure. They were contaminated by Shabari's touch, saliva. But was Shabari's intention pure? Yes. She so much wanted to give the best of the berries to Ram, right? So she bit into each one of them and then she offered to Ram. And Ram was so pleased that he doesn't see what you offer. He sees the intention. Like Bhagavad Gita, it says, Patram Pushpam Phalam Toyam, right? So you can apply, offer to the Lord Patram. Patram is what? A leaf. Pushpam, flower. Phalam, fruit. Toyam, water. You can offer these simple things and yet Krishna will be pleased. What does Krishna have to gain from us? He's a Sarveshwar actually. He has everything. Does he have to gain anything from us? No. But if we offer with love and devotion, he accepts, right? Like Lord Ram, he was still the king. He was banished, but he was still the king, right? Because Bharat Maharaj considered him the king. And the king comes just to accept the small berries, the bitten berries of Shabari, right? So the magnitude may be there of purity, but if we are not having the correct intention, doesn't work. So even when we want to do great things, we want to do saintly things, we want to help people, we want to develop our own purity, the intention is more important. When you will reach, that is up to the Lord. But if we have the intent, we will definitely attain. attain that level. Like example, there was this interview, okay, and there were many candidates, okay, and all of them were well educated, fitting all the qualifications which were needed for the job, well spoken, well dressed. And then when the results came out, and they were shocked, like this person who apparently was not very well dressed, but she got selected for the interview. And then everyone was thinking, what's going wrong? And then they understood the committee who selects, they actually told, like आजकल बहुत सारे interviews में group discussions होते हैं, and then how you fare well वगैरह वगैरह, and then of course theory is just one part of selection process, then the group discussions and so many things, presentations. So then it was revealed that this person who got selected, she didn't fare very well in the theory, but attitude during the group discussions was so amazing. Then they said, see, knowledge can be gained. If you train the person, knowledge can be gained, right? But your attitude hai, wo person has to develop on the own, है ना? You can tell someone, but you can't inculcate it. Similarly, जैसे education, I am into medical education also. So there are three aspects. When you teach the doctors, there are three aspects: knowledge, skills, attitude. Knowledge is, suppose you want to say, how do you auscultate the heart? तो पहले knowledge देंगे कि यहाँ पर auscultate करना है स्टेथोस्कोप से, ये sound आएंगे आपको वगैरह वगैरह. And then there is skills, how they actually do it. Are they able to identify the various heart sounds, lub dub, And then there is attitude. So suppose that student goes to the patient, and then he just says, just rips upon his shirt, अपना stethoscope निकाला, collar ऊपर किया, and then auscultates, and then writes, okay, this is the finding. Versus another student who comes, greets the patient, and informs him कि now I'm going to auscultate your chest because that's needed for the diagnosis, and then auscultates and does the findings. Who's the better doctor? भले ही the second person may do some mistakes, like उसने suppose उसने actual identify नहीं किया कि मर्मर है या नहीं वगैरह. He may not go into the details, or he may not know the details, but the attitude was correct. So attitude is the third level. Knowledge आ सकता है, skills भी आ सकते हैं. Attitude is very difficult to cultivate, right? So attitude matters. We'll see two different contrasting examples of how not just the person who's giving, the person who's accepting, uska attitude bhi matter karta hai. Like example, Mahabharat war, right? Gandhari, she wanted to bless Duryodhan to become Amar, right? And she's told him that you have to come, naked, and then I will bestow my divine vision, and then you will become strong like an iron, strong like an elephant, iron. And what did Duryodhan think? Oh, how can I go in naked in front of my mother? You have to be naked in front of your mother. At least in front of God you have to be naked. Naked means you have to strip off all your externals, not your clothes, but your heart's layers. Then only Krishna will enter, right? Otherwise Krishna is very easily approachable. But agar aap coverings laake yahan par aoge na, it will not help. So Duryodhan said, how can I go naked in front of my mother? So he covered the loin with some leaf or cloth. And then when Gandhari saw him, after so many years of penance, she just removed that belt on the eyes. And Duryodhan had become iron, but except for the loin area, right? So Gandhari was pure in her intentions, but Duryodhan was not pure enough to receive the intentions and mercy of Gandhari, of his own mother, right? So this is one example. Exactly iske opposite. When Yudhishthir Maharaj went as a leader of the Pandavas to seek blessings from, whom did he take blessings from? Bhishma, Dronacharya, Kripacharya. Now Bhishma, Dronacharya and Kripacharya, who were they fighting for? They were fighting for Kauravas. How could they bless them? How could they bless him? But they had so much intention, pure intention and love for Yudhishthir, that automatically only blessings came. though they were fighting on the side of Duryodhan, and though they wanted, they were supposed to make Duryodhan win, just blessings came out of their heart, right? So, jahan par Gandhari wanted to bless her son, but the recipient was not proper, and on the other side, Drona, Bhishma, and Kripacharya, they were not, externally at least, they were not willing to bless Yudhishthir, but because of the purity that he had, only blessings came out. So, the purity depends on the process, on the aptitude of the giver as well as the receiver, right? Now, like Prabhupada's, we saw such wonderful drama on Srila Prabhupada. We'll discuss some examples from his life. Once, and these persons in the West, they were very, they would always ask very challenging questions to Prabhupada. But Prabhupada, as a saint, a saint that he was always very calm and composed in answering. So Prabhupada was asked once, "Are you pure?" And then Prabhupada said, "I may not be pure, but the message of the Gita that I am speaking is pure. And because I am speaking the pure message, I become pure." That was Prabhupada's answer. One time he was asked, "Are you the only pure devotee?" Prabhupada said, "There are so many pure devotees, but I am the only pure devotee who is preaching the message of Krishna throughout the world." And that purity, he took so many efforts. Why? Because of compassion. Like one of you said, kindness, compassion, right? So Prabhupada was the only pure devotee. He said, "I am the only pure, there's so many pure devotees, but I am the only pure devotee who is preaching the message of God throughout the world." Then once he was asked these regulative principles. Prabhupada has given some do's and don'ts. So he was asked, do these rules and regulations make one pure, or do they make one a devotee? Like the rules which Prabhupada gave was, no meat eating, no intoxication, no gambling, no illicit sex. And then Prabhupada said, no, they make you human beings. Forget becoming pure or devotee, they make you human beings. Like example, monkeys, they are pure vegetarians. Are they devotees? Except for, Hanuman or unke Vanshaj, all the monkeys that they fought for Lord Ram were devotees. But aajkal monkey, you don't know, na? So, being vegetarian is not pure, right? But Prabhupada said these principles will at least elevate you to being a human being from an animalistic life. Once he was asked, what is the extent of your purity? Can you see Krishna? Prabhupada said, yes, I see Krishna every moment and I can show you Krishna. And that person was very happy, I can see Krishna. But Prabhupada said, but for that you have to become a disciple and you have to follow these processes just like these disciples do. I can show you Krishna, but you have to become surrendered. And Prabhupada said, Srila Prabhupada, the founder of ISKCON, he said, purity is very important. Actually, he gave 4 principles. He said, like last time, last year I gave a talk on books are the basis. And uske baad, devotees have started a very wonderful initiative that all you girls, many of you, you are on that WhatsApp group and you read every day. Hai na, Ishita? So every day you read from Prabhupada's books. So that's an amazing initiative that these girls have started for all of us. So books are the basis. He said books are the basis, purity is the force, utility is the principle, and preaching is the essence. So Prabhupada said, but of all these 4, preaching is the essence, but purity is the force. That's most important. And he said, we have to be pure within and outside. Okay. Now imagine, all of us have come to the temple, right? We have come for the youth festival. We have seen a wonderful drama. We have heard Sukava Mataji speak. We have heard the most melodious and purifying kirtan. We are listening to this talk and we'll take some message from this. We'll have a very nice dancing kirtan. But did you come to the temple just like that? You had some faith, right? And that's why you came. Otherwise, who comes to the temple in this age? If it has to be a youth festival, it should be in some clubhouse, right? Who comes to the temple? But you all have come because you have that pure faith and you have some purity that I will do the right thing. बराबर ना? जैसे सुखावा माता जी ने पूछा, how many of you want to be truthful? How many of you want to be helping others? So some seed of purity is there, some seed of faith is there. So if we want to connect to Krishna, right, who's the supreme pure, we have to be pure ourselves. Hai na? How can we now magnet, okay? If there is a magnet, and what will it attract? It will attract iron filings. Iron, if you just file them into small pieces or very small particles, and you put a magnet in front of it, iron particles will get attracted. There's an experiment in science. If you take a small iron piece and rub the magnet in a particular direction over the iron piece for some time, that iron piece also behaves like a magnet. It can attract others. You can do this experiment. Take some pins, paper pins, hold a magnet so that one pin gets attached, right? And then this magnet and this pin, you again put close to the a few pins, paper pins. Another pin will get attached. So this first pin is acting like a magnet for the second pin, right? If it was wood pieces, would the wood piece get attached to magnet? No, that iron has some intention of becoming magnetic. So it comes, right? Similarly, if we want to attract Krishna into our lives, we have to become pure because he is supremely pure. But इसका एक दूसरा corollary है, जैसे होता है ना theorem, corollary. So what did I say? If we want to get attached to Krishna, or if we want to get attracted to Krishna, we have to become pure, or we have to be pure. इसका एक corollary क्या है पता है? बोलूं? You are interested to know? That if we come near Krishna, whether we want it or no, we'll get pure. बराबर ना? So you have come to the temple, willingly or unwillingly. Some friends have dragged you, some people have come on your own. Whether you like it or not, you will become pure. है ना? Okay, और एक corollary है. You are coming to Krishna and still you are not becoming pure. How is it possible? Because then you are not taking shelter of Krishna. You are not sufficiently taking shelter of Krishna, right? So if we want to attract Krishna, we have to be pure, right? Whether we like it or not, if we come near Krishna, we will become pure. If we are coming in contact with Krishna, still we are not becoming pure. That means somewhere there's a lackness, somewhere there's a deficiency of our surrender to Krishna. Prabhupada. You know what? Every yajna, it begins with this mantra. Om apavitra pavitro va sarva vastam gatopi va yasmaret pundarikaksham sa bahya abhyantara suchi. Matlab, the Krishna, Pundarikaksha, lotus-eyed Krishna, is so pure that he can make everything external, bahya as well as antara suchi. He can make everything clean, outside and inside. The hippie disciples, you saw how they were, right? Smoking, just flirting with girls, having unregulated sex lives, right? And yet these same hippies, when they come in contact with Prabhupada, they become so pure that now the entire world mein preaching was being done by these hippies. We have great disciples of Prabhupada, living as well as some who have passed away, who have spread the Krishna conscious movement throughout the world like fire. Yeah? So, and then also if we remain pure, Krishna will protect us always. That we have to remember, that if we are pure, Krishna will protect us. And even if we are not pure, if your intention is pure, Krishna will still protect us. है ना? तो जैसे Bhagavad Gita mein there's another shloka which says that someone who has given up the process of God consciousness, when they come back, even if they have given up, or even if they have not achieved the topmost perfection, Krishna still considers them very high. Apichet suduracharo, sorry, I forget the verse. So even a person who has fallen down, Krishna still protects them. There are many stories actually. If you know, you hear the December book marathon. December month is the month where Prabhupada's books are distributed everywhere, every corner of the world. And you'll hear stories of how people who were so fallen, so sinful, and yet they came in contact with devotees and they just took to the books and they became pure themselves. Okay, now, so when we want to connect to Krishna, purity, the purity of intention, the purity of the heart is a basic requisite. Without that, you can't connect with Krishna. And this purity is based on faith. As I said, all of you have come to the temple, to the most pure place, but it was based on faith, right? Example, suppose if I'm going somewhere and I lose the way, right? So I ask someone on the street, how do I go to that place? Okay? That person tells me something. And then I say, I have two options, right? Either I follow that person and go where it leads to, or I just say, no, I don't have faith in you, I'll just stop here. So even for taking the way, right way, those of you who have come to the temple for the first time, probably you have asked someone on the street or you have believed Google Maps that it is showing the right thing. Sometimes Google Map also fools you. मालूम है? छोटे-छोटे lanes नहीं बताता, and then you get lost. So you have some faith on someone who's telling. And suppose I don't have faith. I say, no, I don't want to go where you are saying, where you are directing me. Will there be any movement in me? No, I'll be standing there throughout my life if I don't have faith in people who are directing me. But the person who gives direction should be an honest one, na? Nahi to, like in a city like Mumbai, chadiya bana dega. If they will just misguide you and you may reach nowhere or somewhere where you're not supposed to be. So similarly in spiritual life, the guidance has to be coming from a bona fide person. You can't have anyone guiding you. Anyone guiding you, you'll reach nowhere. Like Bhagavatam gives the example of blind leading the blind. Suppose you want to go somewhere, okay? हम सब अंधे हैं, और हमारा leader कौन है वो भी अंधा. So do we reach the goal? क्योंकि जो आगे lead कर रहा है वही अंधा है, तो सब चलोगे गड्ढे में ही गिर जाओगे एक के बाद एक. So the person who guides has to be a bona fide person. Otherwise, you will reach nowhere, or you reach somewhere where you are not supposed to be. Socrates, the great philosopher, he said, faith or belief is as good as knowledge for all practical purposes. He said that. Now, scientists, how do they do experiments? Suppose scientists will say, okay, water का formula क्या है? H2O. H2O कैसे बनता है? 2 hydrogen, 1 oxygen becomes 2 molecules of water. बराबर? Right? Okay. तो आपको बोला गया है स्कूल में या कॉलेज में 2 molecules of hydrogen, 1 molecule of oxygen is water. आपने बिलीव कर लिया, है ना? आपने बिलीव कर लिया, आपने पूछा उनको ऐसे क्यों, 4 क्यों नहीं, 5 क्यों नहीं, 1 क्यों नहीं? You believe, right? So that is faith, no? Faith means it is the first step for purity. First step to gain knowledge is faith. ठीक है? उसके बाद आता है एक्सपेरिमेंट. फिर आप एक्सपेरिमेंटल करके देखोगे कि हाँ 2 molecules of oxygen या वॉल्यूम से इतने वॉल्यूम ऑक्सीजन डाला, इतने वॉल्यूम हाइड्रोजन डाला और इतने वॉल्यूम वाटर बना. बराबर ना? So the first step is faith, that you have to understand that yes, this person is telling right, and then you go ahead. So science also begins with theory that is based on faith, and then you come to the experimental knowledge, which will substantiate or which will establish that fact. How much faith should a child have on parents? You're a small child. How old are you? 13. He is growing up child. So, do you have faith on your parents? Yes. All of the others, do you have faith on parents? Yes. Without faith, how will you grow up? How will you learn the knowledge? Or how will you face the world? Right? The child has faith on parents. How much faith do you have on the lady who trims your hair in the salon? Do you have faith? No? You really don't have faith? If you don't have faith, then why will you go there? You have faith na, that she has scissors, she has knife, but she will not cut your throat. अगर वो faith नहीं है तो आप जा ही नहीं पाओगे सैलन में. So अच्छा, कितने बार हम बस चढ़ते हैं या ट्रेन चढ़ते हैं और हम उधर इंजीनियर नहीं, जो मोटरमैन है उसको जाके पूछते हैं, भैया ये कलकत्ता जाएगी ना, भैया आपको रास्ता पता है ना, भैया आप रात में सोओगे नहीं, पूछते हैं. डू वी आस्क द मोटरमैन? We have faith. Indian Railways is running the train. We have a ticket. We will reach that place. है ना? So faith is so important. So for any knowledge, faith is the beginning, and purity will also lead to faith, and faith will lead to purity, vice versa. So faith is the beginning that will lead to purity. And why we need purity? As I said, to attract Krishna, we have to have purity. That is the foremost ingredient, foremost requisite. हाँ, and then अच्छा, प्रभुपाद तो पूछा गया कि how do we develop faith? So Prabhupada give a very simple answer. He said, faith begins from the tongue. Can you believe this? Faith begins from the tongue. हम तो सोचे थे faith will begin from the mind, from the intelligence, from the heart. Prabhupada said faith begins from the tongue. You agree? At least I didn't agree. Do you agree this? So Prabhupada said, tongue has two functions, right? To eat and to speak. Prabhupada said, just by eating prasad and chanting the holy names, faith will begin. So we just have to eat prasad. We don't have to do anything else. नीचे अभी program के बाद we'll have Shuddha Krishna Prasad, we'll become faithful. And in the kirtan, when we chant and dance, as we sing to the tunes of Hare Krishna, we'll become faithful. So it is so simple. You just use your tongue in the right way and we become pure, we become faithful. And that faith, now initially when you want to develop faith, knowledge is actually not necessary. You just have faith. Then gradually with faith, when you learn from the right sources, when you eat Krishna Prasad, when you chant Krishna's names, gradually you will get knowledge. And as you increase your knowledge, you will become more and more pure. As you become more and more pure, your faith will get established. And then, actually, do we need to be pure to tell about Krishna to others? What is the best gift one can give others? Knowledge of the connection between the Lord and individual entity. क्यों ऐसे मैं कह रही हूँ? Like there's this, Prabhupada used to give very often this example that एक fair है, क्या fair को क्या बोलते हैं? मेला है, जहाँ पर if there's a child who has got lost, okay? Now he can come across three types of people. The first person may say, oh, this child is crying, let me give him something to cajole him or make him pacified. So gives him some food, the child eats, he drinks water, and then for some time he is quiet. And again after some time he starts crying. Why? He is still not satisfied. So another person may come and say, probably he is lost, probably he needs some entertainment or he needs a hug, right? And he does that. And then the child is sort of pacified for some time, and then the person walks away. After some time, again the child starts crying. So the third person may come and say, oh, well, actually, this child is well-fed, looks well-fed, but he's still not happy. Why is he still crying? Because he has lost connection with the father or the mother. So what will the person do? Apart from feeding him, giving him a nice hug or encouraging him to be calm, he will take the person to the parents, and that's the best he can do, right? Connect him with parents. Parents will do everything else that is required. So similarly, what is the best gift that you can give someone? You can feed someone, you can help someone, right? You can pacify someone. But if you can develop that person's, if you can help that person to develop the relationship with God, how much more good you're doing. Then God will take care of everything. He will feed you, he will, like Hindi mein there's a saying, na? चीटी को कंठ भर देता है. कंठ भर means चीटी how much he needs only a little particle. और हाथी को मन भर means quintals of food. चींटी को कण भर देता है, हाथी को मन भर देता है. तो will the Lord not take care of us? So we just have to connect that person who's in suffering or who's in need to Krishna. Krishna will do the needful, the rest. Okay, now, so and as I said, when you chant, like okay, there's a mirror, mirror on the wall. Who's the most beautiful of all? ये हमको बोलते हैं रोज? नहीं बोलते हैं? मैं तो सोचा था बोलते हैं. पहले जैसे ही कहीं बाहर जाना या कोई बेल बजा दरवाजे पे, पहला चीज क्या करते हैं हम? है ना? पहले बाल बनाते हैं. Then we look in the mirror. If the mirror is dusty, will you see a reflection of yours? No. You have to clean that. So when we chant the holy names of the Lord, that mirror of the heart becomes cleansed, and then you can see Krishna who is sitting in the heart. जैसे माता जी ने कहा ना, अंदर एक soft soul है अपना, और उनके बगल में बैठे हैं कृष्णा, परमात्मा. If we clean the mirror of the heart through chanting, then Krishna, we can see Krishna. तो let's see some शास्त्रिक examples of purity. एक हमने शबरी जी का देखा. दूसरा, ये बहुत अच्छा पास टाइम है, मधुमंगल इज, यहाँ पर कहीं फोटो भी होगा शायद मधुमंगल का. मधुमंगल इज द ब्राह्मण फ्रेंड ऑफ कृष्णा, ठीक है, और ऐसे मोटू से है थोड़े. हाँ, तो एक बार क्या हुआ, मधुमंगल की माँ जो है वो बहुत अच्छा छाछ बनाती थी. तो मधुमंगल छाछ ले आए मटका भर. फिर वो बोले कि हम कृष्णा को पिलाएंगे, बट देन खेलते खेलते दोपहर हो गई. देन मधुमंगल सेड, ओ now if I give this chas to Krishna, it must have become sour. Then Krishna will fall sick. Then tomorrow he will not play with us. He will not come to play. So let me taste this chas. ठीक है? तो मधुमंगल ने फिर वो मटका उठाया, and then he just tried to drop a few drops so that he can taste it. And if it is still good, he will offer to Krishna. Otherwise, he'll throw it. But Madhumangal is very hefty and Motu Golu. He just did like that. All the chas went into his face, into his mouth. सारा मतलब इधर आ गया. तो then Krishna saw, अरे ये तो मटका पूरा उड़ेल दिया इसने अंदर. तो Krishna said, hey Madhumangal, what are you doing? What are you hiding? You are not giving to me what Masi ji made. So Krishna went and then all the chas came and Krishna drank it. Can you imagine? हम शबरी बोल रहे हैं, शबरी ने बेर चखे और Krishna, she offered Krishna. Madhumangal, the chas one in his mouth, contaminated या पूरा saliva से मिलके, and Krishna does this and he catches that chas in his mouth. So is there any question of purity here? Yes, because Krishna accepted it as pure. And Madhumangal's intentions was right? He didn't want to feed sour chas to Krishna. His intentions were right. So both are pure, right? Then we'll see one more story. Ganga Devi. Ganga Devi, she was asked to come to the earth to purify. Of course, there's a big story of King Dilip and Bhagirath Muni, but just to shorten it. So Ganga Devi was supposed to come to the earth, and she was requested to come to the earth. But Ganga Devi said, no, I will not come. Because when I come, all the sinful people will take a bath in me, dip in me. They will become purified, but I will become impure, right? So why will I come? So then she was assured, no. Even if millions of sinful people take bath in you and you become impure, just a pure devotee coming into your water, you will be relieved of all sins of all people. So just one pure devotee coming into your waters, you will be nullified of all sins which you have purified of other sinful people. And Ganga Devi said, okay, I'll come. And then of course Shivji took her in his jata, and then because the force would be so much, if Ganga would just come like that, she would just create a huge flood. So Jatadhari Shivji said, okay, I will hold you in my jata and then you will flow. So you can see some pictures of Shiva, right? जटा में गंगा देवी है, वैसे गंगा देवी एक देवी बैठी है जिनके मुंह से पानी आ रहा है, राइट? एंड देन वन मोर एग्जाम्पल, मैंने क्या लिखा है मुझे नहीं समझ रहा. युधिष्ठिर, you know Vidura? Vidura was the uncle of Duryodhan, the brother of Dhritarashtra. And Yudhishthir was praising Vidura. What did he say? That you are such a great saint, such a pure devotee, that when you go to holy places, holy place matlab tirtha, na? Tirtha matlab tirtha ya tirtha stali. When you go to holy places, you purify the holy places. The holy places become purified by your presence. Why? Because you hold Krishna in your heart. Tumhara hriday sada Govinda Vishram. Because you carry Krishna in your heart, you purify all, even the tirthas. Right? So then, are we striving for such purity? Yes, we should strive for, because if we are pure, irrespective of the magnitude of purity, we can attract others to give them the best gift that we can give of connecting them to Krishna. And in that process, we will become pure ourselves. Isn't that beautiful? That when you give, just by your intentions of purity, and you start to give. So you don't have to become very pure to speak to others about Krishna. Like I often tell this story because my Guru Maharaj often tells it, that Prabhupada had as a disciple Shyam Sundar Prabhu and Malti Devi, and they had a daughter Saraswati, 3-year-old. That time she was 3-year-old. And she would just, whoever she meets, she will say, and Maharaj specifically gives the example, Radhanath Maharaj, that she would come and tuck at the dhoti of the Prabhus or at the saris of Matajis, and she would say, guess what? And that person would say, what? And then she would say, Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and she would run away. So she didn't have magnitude of purity, but she had intention. Whatever little she knew, she gave. So if we have to really give the best gift of connecting others with Krishna, connecting others with God, we just have to have intention. Krishna will purify us even if we like it or not, and by that purity we will help others. And but if you are not sufficiently trying to attract Krishna, then probably there's some problem in the connection. Network poor hai. But jab purity hota hai na, when we try to become little pure, there's a problem. We become proud. And then we see, I'm chanting, I'm coming to the temple, I'm worshipping Krishna, I'm pure. See this person? Not so pure, not coming to the temple, eating all rubbish. No. That we don't have to do. Our acharyas, Prabhupada and all the parampara acharyas, they were so great, they were so pure, but they never said I'm pure. They would always maintain their humility. They will say, मुझसे ज़्यादा अधम पापी नहीं है. Krishna, I am the lowest, you purify me. So none of our acharyas or the teachers said we are pure. So please remember, we are striving for purity with the right intention. We should never become proud, because you like it or not, you will become pure. है ना? Because you have come here. Now there is no going back. ना? माफिया है माफिया. आप आ गए अंदर. अभी आपको pure होना ही है. ठीक है? But then don't become proud and always stay humble. Then you will be able to attract more and more people to the most wonderful kingdom of God at the lotus feet of Shri Shri Radha Gopinath Ji. Right? Thank you. Srila Prabhupada ki. Any questions or answers? Sakhi Radha Devi? No, yeah, whatever you say.
Very good. Very good. Very good. Very good.
To devote ourselves to the Supreme Lord, we chant so many mantras, but there is an inner feeling that we are lagging somewhere. Still, we are not feeling happy, even though we feel happy when we come to the temples, we go. But while being with ourselves alone, we feel like we are something, we are broken somewhere. We are accepting God, but we are broken somewhere, and God is trying to fix it up, but we are not putting our efforts in that. So what to do in that case?
So in the drama also we saw, in this connection, in the drama also we saw, right, Like if you don't feel enthusiastic, you act enthusiastic. We are chanting the mantra. Actually, the very sad part of our lives is, even if we come in contact with the supreme pure, we are so impure that even that pure becomes impure. Like example, mantra is very pure. We are chanting it. But if you are not chanting with a pure intention, even the mantra that we chant is not giving us any benefit. So, Bhagavad Gita, there's one shloka that says mind. The most disturbing thing while chanting is the mind. So Bhagavad Gita says sincerity of purpose, gravity, surrender and purity. These are the austerities of mind. That means mind has to be controlled, self-control. Okay. So again, even if we are chanting the mantra, we know that Krishna is helping us, right? But if we don't give to that help, if we don't give in to that help, how will Krishna help us? Like example, a child is learning to walk, just raises his steps, falls down. The mother comes and gives a hand, the child gets up, tries to walk, again falls down. Now imagine the child is walking, falls down, the mother is coming, he's fallen down because the child is trying for the first time, the mother tries to give him a lift. If you don't take that lift, how will the child be? Will he ever learn to walk? No. Like there's a small story, that person fell in the well, okay? And then he's praying, God, please send me some help. God, please send me some help. And then one person says, hey, you, just come, I'll help you. The person says no. Hey, wait, I'll throw you a rope. Take help of that rope and I'll pull you up. No, you're not strong enough. And again that person is praying, God, please help me. God, please help me. You want God himself to come? Can't you see that God is sending that person? God is sending the person with the rope, but you want to see God. So, Krishna is always there to help us. God is always there to help us. But we have to somehow give in. Okay, I want to be helped. And as I said, magnitude is not at all important, but the intention of sincerity is important. The more we are sincere, the more we are depending on Krishna's help, the more we will be fixed up. And whatever problems may come. Like Kunti Devi, when they had so many calamities in their life, and then Krishna solved all of them. And then when Krishna is leaving, you know what Kunti Devi is praying? My dear Lord Krishna, every time there was a calamity, we called out for you, you came to us to rescue us. Now that everything is solved, Yudhishthira is the king, you are going away. I am praying that let calamities come again and again. Why? Because calamities come, you come to save us, and I can see your lotus face. I get darshan of yours. We can't pray like that. We are not that high, right? But at least be open to Krishna's help. And if we are sincere, which I am sure you are, if we are sincere, Krishna will help us. And if we have some problems, we have to take the association, the help of people who are like-minded. You can share with someone. You can take the help of someone who is more sincere or senior in devotional life than you, so that you can be guided well. And then definitely, Bhagavatam it says, this problems of material life, the material life is like a vast ocean. You can never cross it. But when you take shelter of Krishna in the association of devotees, that vast ocean becomes like a water in the hoof print of a calf. बछड़े के पाँव के मार्क में कितना पानी समाएगा? 20, 25, 50 ml. Krishna says, if you take shelter of me through the devotees, that vast ocean of material life and miseries will be reduced to that 50 ml of water in the hoof print of a calf. So alone it's difficult. Krishna is intervening, but somehow it is difficult. Take help of devotees. Take help of someone who is more senior than you, and you will definitely be helped. You will cross across with flying colors. Right? Thank you.
रिवर चला दो यार, ये माइक भी चला दिया करो.
Any more questions? Anyone wants to ask?
वो आपके बाजू में.
हरि बोल. I just want to know regarding, as you gave the example of Shabri Devi, like in those days, the people used to stay like 1,000 years and all. How it was possible, like 100 years, 110, like the science tells, but how we can compare like that?
Because it is mentioned in the scriptures, and scriptures are not ordinary literature. What scriptures are saying through the saints, through the people who wrote the scriptures. Vyasadeva is the original writer of all scriptures, and Vyasadeva is none other than literary incarnation of Krishna. So if he says, it has to be the truth. Like Satya Yuga, people lived for 100,000 years. Treta Yuga, 10,000 years. Dwapar Yuga, 1,000 years. And Kali Yuga, 100 years. Now, if I tell you that the life of a firefly is only one night or one day, do you believe? Yeah, because you have seen it, no? कि रात में, I mean, दिन में it is somehow curved down, but अंधेरे में it will just try to emit its light and be so happy that I'm the most brightest of all. And then next day it will be lost. A moth for that matter. One night, one day its life is over. So if I tell you Brahma's life is so many crores of years, there's no question of faking it. It is written in the scriptures, and scriptures are Shastra Praman through the words of the gurus and sadhus are authentic. We don't have to doubt them. Of course, there are so many movies which are proving that they are authentic. Like example, recently there was some years back there was a movie called Ram Setu, where the main lead is trying to show that Ram Setu is existed. But why do we need such people or movies to prove it? We have to have faith. Dwarka, if you go in the submerged ruins of Dwarka, there are still so many artifacts which show that Krishna existed. There was a civilization. We are not taught. Mohenjo-daro and Harappa, we were taught in history. That's why we know. Dwarka kisi ne padhaya nahi. That's why we think it's fake. So everything existed and everything in scriptures is true. Only thing is how we read and interpret the scriptures. So scriptures have to be read in the proper way under the guidance of a guru. Because then 100 people may tell you different interpretations of the same scripture, which is bogus. Thank you.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. ओए चालू हो गया. हरे कृष्णा. ओके सो अभी एक बार बहुत जोर से ना 3 बार हम बोलेंगे हरि बोल आज की क्लास के लिए. 1 2 3 गो. हरि बोल, हरि बोल. Thank you, Mataji. Thank you so much for sharing your time with us, for sharing your wisdom with us. Acha, so we were speaking about so many things now, and the last question that someone asked, and she answered saying that हमने शास्त्र पढ़े नहीं हैं और हमको किसी ने पढ़ाए नहीं है, तो which is why you have a question mark, right? So there is a need, there is a curiosity जानने की कि what is there in the shastras, right? But अकेले आप पढ़ नहीं सकते हो, so you need a guru or you need a friend, you need someone जो आपको बोल सकता है यार इसका मतलब ये है ना? So keeping that in mind, especially for young girls like you and me also, we have this little session that happens every Sunday, 12:30 बजे से लेके 1:30 बजे तक, 12:30 to 1:30. Okay, it happens right here in the temple. नीचे लिफ्ट के सामने जो हॉल है, जो थोड़ा सा मुझे कंफ्यूज रहता है उसके नाम में, नहीं भक्ति विनोद हॉल है. अच्छा ठीक है, दे आर राइट, जो कि भक्ति विनोद हॉल है, लिफ्ट के एकदम सामने है. ओके, लिफ्ट के सामने देयर इज अ हॉल. दैट इज वेयर a group of girls meets every Sunday, and we have Her Grace श्रीलेखा माताजी, जो कि भगवत गीता आपको सिखाती, समझाती और पढ़ाती हैं. So we already have a bunch of girls who's been studying or reading Bhagavad Gita with Mataji. आप में से जो भी है who has this desire to read the Bhagavad Gita, you know, a lot of times हमारे घर में पढ़ी होती है, but the whole fact that इतनी मोटी है यार, इसको पढ़ेगा कौन? And like for me, ऐसा हमेशा होता था कि when you start reading it, you tend to not understand it because it's थोड़ा heavy लगता है वो. तो एक बंदा चाहिए उसको थोड़ा सा push देने के लिए start में. एक बार push हो गया ना, then you start figuring out अच्छा ये ऐसा है, ये ऐसा. So that is something that you can do here. So I would suggest any of you who have this little spark, उसको अगर fire में बदलना है, come every Sunday 12:30 to 1:30 नीचे in just opposite the lift. You have these little nice girls. Stand up. कौन जाता है already? मतलब इनकी चेहरा मैं इसलिए दिखा रही हूँ बिकॉज इनको देख के आप पहचान लोगे, हाँ यही वो रूम है जहाँ पे वो क्लास होती है. ठीक है. ओके, सो नाउ रेडी फॉर अ नाइस एक्सटैटिक कीर्तन. ओके चलिए, थैंक यू शुरू करते हैं कीर्तन.